Namaskar, hello and a very warm welcome to CIET NCERT's special live phone-in program. This is by NCSL, which is National Center for School Leadership. And here we are once again with our series on school leadership and development. My name is Tanvi Khurana and our today's topic is Orientation to Online Program on School Leadership and Management of NCSL. So what is this program all about and how is it beneficial for the school leaders? We have a lot of questions to discuss in this particular program. If you're watching us on PM eVidya channel number 6, channel number 9 and also channel number 12, then raise your questions and give us a call on our number which is 8800440559. You're also watching us on our YouTube channel which is NCERT Official. In the live chat box, you can raise your questions and share them with us. We are here at till 6:15 and we have two guests in our studio and they'll be more than happy to answer all your doubts in this particular program. If you have not understood what exactly is this online program all about, then we are waiting for your questions. Let me please introduce to you our today's guest, and we have with us in our studio Dr. Shadma Absar. A very warm welcome to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Tanvi.
Ma'am is an assistant professor from NCSL NIEPA, and you can also see we have with us Dr. Charu Malik. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you.
Ma'am is an assistant professor from NCSL NIEPA. Now, if you're wondering what NIEPA is all about, so NIEPA is the National Institute of Educational Planning and Administration. Let's begin this conversation and let's ask our experts here that what is this online program all about and what is this program all about and what are we going to discuss, ma'am?
Yes, this program is essentially for the school heads and principals of the government education system in India.
Okay.
Primarily the central government schools and the state government schools of different management. And this is a golden opportunity for all the school heads and principals to avail of a very, very important opportunity that can be termed as professional development of school leaders. So we have been, as part of the center's program, the National Center for School Leadership, the programs that we are offering, most of the programs that were developed and conceptualized in the beginning of NCSL, in the beginning 4 to 5 years of NCSL, were face-to-face programs, which meant that the NCSL faculty had to visit the states and UTs for professional development of school leaders and conduct workshops and training programs in a face-to-face mode. But the magnanimity and the scale of the school principals in position in India is huge.
Yeah.
And we as a center felt that we cannot reach to every school head or principal in a face-to-face mode. Hence, we must devise other modalities for professional development of school leaders that go beyond face-to-face programs. So we had developed this online program on school leadership and management in the English language, and it was launched in 2017. Subsequently, it was launched in Hindi in 2017 September, and since then we have had a very successful run of this program. This is the web portal on which we have hosted this. This is pslm.niepa.ac.in, and this is being launched on the Nixie medium.
Okay.
The server is of NIC, and we have got this space from NIC, and this program is being hosted on pslm.niepa.ac.in since 2017 in both English and Hindi. This program was subsequently launched in other Indian languages such as Marathi, Kannada, Assamese, Mizo, Gujarati, Telugu and Malayalam.
Okay.
So these are the languages that have been launched over the last 3 years, and registrations to these languages have also begun.
Okay.
And many school heads and principals have been forthcoming to do this program. Now, what we are going to do today is basically delve deep into the web portal of pslm.niepa.ac.in and see what are the different features of this program, who can register, how to register, what is the importance of this program in the framework of professional development of school leaders who are basically currently in position as school heads or principals for central government schools and state government schools, and we have also included the government aided schools, which is quite a large number in the entire country. So basically the idea of NCSL was to offer programs in different modalities over the years, so that we can reach across to every school, and every school leader, every professional who is associated with the school education system. And the most important thing is that in the Indian scenario of the education system, generally, in the initial years, the head teachers,
mother tongue plays a very important role in the
yes. And so basically, Hindi was launched, which is why, and then we launched it in different Indian languages as well, so that people could have access to this program. And most significantly, the aim of the National Center for School Leadership is to improve the quality in the education system, and for that we have always thought of school leaders as a unique professional cadre, because in the initial years head teachers have been included more in the category of teachers rather than a separate unique identity. So I think one of the parallel aims and mandate of NCSL has also been to develop school heads and principals, that is our school leaders, as a professional cadre, unique in identity and uniquely placed to lead the schools. So this is a very brief background on the online program, so we'll go deeper into this.
Sure. So, ma'am, in the previous slide, we saw the date of launch of the languages in which this program is available. Is there any last date for registering this program, or a person or school head can register anytime they want?
No, this program is open round the year.
Okay.
And any school head, head teacher in charge, and principal of the government and government aided sector in the Indian education system can register on this portal and do this course.
All right. Okay. Yes. So that's a great news for everybody who is planning to be a part of this online program. So, ma'am, would you like to share the details of the structure of this entire online program?
Right. So first of all, this program is free of cost. Okay. So when we look at the online programs that are available across different universities and different platforms across the globe, we see that most of the online programs are carrying a fee and they're paid. So this is a program which is absolutely free of cost, and it is offered to you by the Government of India for your professional development opportunity. So that is the uniqueness of this. It is free of cost, and any school head or principal can register and complete this course in 30 hours. So when we look at the structure on the slide, we see that there are 8 courses in this program. So this program, by the name of Online Program on School Leadership and Management, has 8 courses. So that's the difference. The program is the overarching structure, and then you have these 8 courses, and these 8 courses are basically, the first 7 are the curricular courses, that is the curriculum on school leadership development. We have 7 key areas: perspective on school leadership, developing self, transforming teaching learning process, building and leading teams, leading innovations, leading partnerships, and leading school administration. So these are the 7 key areas of the curriculum on school leadership development, which in brief means that once you do these 7 courses or these 7 areas, you are adept and ready to lead your school as an effective leader. And the 8th course is basically a consolidation of all the learnings that you have gained in the initial 7 courses. And then how do you, after you've learned all of these things, how do you develop a school development plan for your school, and how do you implement these learnings? Because gradually now we are moving towards this whole idea of what is the impact of the leadership program. So how do you learn, and then how do you implement these learnings in your school in the framework of a school development plan? And Dr. Shadma, if you could explain the hour duration.
Yes, this program is of 30 hours in total for all the 8 courses, and like you can see on the screen that the first and the third course requires 6 hours, which is divided, it is a 10-week course and which takes 2.5 months. So the learners or the participants or the school leaders who register have to spend only 3 hours per week. Based on the time, any time they have. It is a very flexible kind of program. So it is not like that if you do not complete in that time, so you would get deregister or something.
Okay.
So it is a very flexible kind of program, and 30 hours is the duration of the entire program. After that, you become a certified leader to lead your school in an effective way.
Right. And as just to reiterate what you said, perspective on school leadership and teaching learning process, transforming teaching learning process, have been allotted 6 hours. Rest other courses have 3 hours allotment. So what does these 3 hours mean? So for instance, if I am a school head or a principal, I need to take out 3 hours in the first week, any time of the day, any time of the night. So since this is not a live program, so you can do it as a self-paced course. So it's like a self-directed, self-paced course, that any 3 hours you can choose in your week, and you can complete this. So now another meaning of 3 hours is that you would need 3 hours to complete the content of the course. You might take 4 hours to do it, you might take 5 hours, but minimum 3 hours you will take to understand the entire content of the course. Right, and then we move ahead. So these are the 7 courses, and the last one is the 8th course, which is consolidation of learning and developing the school plan for improving quality education.
Okay.
So we can go into this in the details through the slides.
Before that, we
can show the web portal.
Let's have a look at the website so that we can understand about this online program a little bit better.
True.
And ma'am, I would also like to ask you that is the registration mandatory?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So you can access the initial page, the front web page. Anyone can access it.
Okay.
It is open to the public.
Okay.
But if you are a school head and you wish to do this course, you must have to register. So that's mandatory.
Okay. Yeah. So here we can see the website, and ma'am, we can see there are menu icons. Would you like to please explain what are these menu icons and share the details with our viewers?
Right. So we have home, about NCSL and so on, and then the foundation course. So basically the front page only tells you what is the course, why is this course, who is this course for, and when we register into this program, then we get into the details of this course. But you cannot open this page unless you have registered.
Okay.
Yes,
Right.
you have to create a login and register it.
Right. So these are the 8 courses. Once you get registered, you can open this page where you have all these 8 courses. Right. So do we need to begin with the registration process?
Yes, we can start.
Yes.
So for that you need to have a Gmail ID or any ID that you have, and let's go to the PSLM page. And we don't need to type www. or something like that, just directly type pslm.niepa.ac.in in the browser. Here is the icon for login. Those who have registered can log in from this icon, and ones who are registering for the course for the first time, you have to click this, and there is a form, registration form that one needs to fill, and we can show you the registration process as well.
Right.
Like you have to create a username, like I can create a username for myself, I can keep a password,
And the instructions are given there.
Yeah.
How to increase the strength of your password. I'm sure everybody has gone through that process in some other platform.
Yes. You can see the password as well. Then you have to type an email ID.
Right. So I think for all the school heads and principals who do not have an email ID,
Yes.
it is very essential that you create one. If you can do it on Gmail, it will be excellent. And
You have to type your email ID twice. This form asks you to type it twice, the same email ID.
And one more very important thing is that the mail ID has to be filled in properly, because once you submit this registration form after completing all the entries, you get a link, and that link will be sent to
your program, your registration actually.
Yes, so that link will be sent to the mail ID that you have typed here. So please write this mail ID very carefully and correctly. That is one. And number two, when
we get a lot of queries from in our helpline that some people try to type different email IDs in this box. So you need to type the same email ID in both these fields.
Yes, that is very essential. What Dr. Shadma is saying, that the mail ID has to be correct, number one, and number two, it has to be typed twice, but the same mail ID. Then when we type the first name and the surname, now this is again another issue that we have been encountering, is that when you get the certificate after completion of the program, if you have any incorrect spelling in your name, that is because you did not write the name properly in the registration form. So since it is a software generated certificate that you receive after the completion of the program, it is very, very important that whatever details you are filling in this registration form are clear, very specific, and the spellings are correct, because that is what will get reflected in the software generated certificate.
Yes. Let's continue with the registration.
Yes, so you've typed your email ID, and then you've typed your name and surname. Address.
You can type your address here, that's mandatory field. Then you have to select your state from the drop down.
Or the UT.
Or the UT, yes. And the district.
Okay, so what have you typed?
I have typed, I belong to Delhi, and Southeast Delhi is the district.
Right. And this is another issue that we are facing,
Yes,
that sometimes when you are registering, you might click on a district, but that district might not correspond to the state that you have chosen.
Yes.
Okay. So be very clear that once you have chosen the state that you are stationed in, the district has to be correct, and both have to correspond. Otherwise, we have a lot of proxy registrations that are very difficult to filter. So please choose the correct state or UT and the correct district.
Then you can add your employment ID in case you have. This is an optional field. Your contact number is mandatory. You have to fill in your contact number.
That is your mobile number?
Yes, mobile number.
And again, this must be correct. Because in case you get stuck while you're doing the program and you contact the NCSL help desk, we will need your phone number to access your password and your username.
Yes, and please do not add the country code directly, just 10-digit mobile number. Select your gender, then whether you belong to any of these, like this, I've selected this.
Category. So which categories do we have here?
We have SC, ST, physically challenged, handicapped, women, and others.
Others, right. And we are also in the process of redefining these categories, so it will get uploaded.
And then you have to type the UDICE number of your school.
So we all know that in our system, every school carries a unique 10-digit UDICE number.
Right.
So this must be spelled out clearly here, because UDICE number is a mandatory field, so that we know which school has registered. in this form. And your school name. The school name again has to be typed very, very clearly and the way you want it to appear on your certificate, because this is one of the challenges that we have been facing over the years.
Corrections becomes very difficult when the certificates are generated.
Right. So the issue is that, you know, once you have got the certificate, it is very difficult to change the spelling of your name or spelling of your school name. So the way you want it to appear on your certificate, please clearly write that.
Next is designation. So since this course is open for school heads who are principals, head teachers, regularly appointed, or head teacher in charge, you can select here. I am selecting principal, and coming to the level. Now this level indicates the classes that the school has, whether the school has classes 1 to 5, 6 to 7, 6 to 8. Every state has a different structure in this sense, so that is why here I am selecting 1 to 12. School type. So whether the school is a central government school, state government school, government aided, or Department of Social Welfare.
So we would be also redefining the categories here and making them a number.
And now this is the most important part, which one has to be very careful. Since this course is already launched in Indian languages as well as in English, so you have to select the language very carefully. So whether you want to do this course in English, Hindi, Marathi, Kannada, Assamese, Mizo, Telugu, Tamil, Gujarati. Tamil is going to be launched very soon, so it is reflecting over here. But these are the languages that are available.
We have also recently added Malayalam. So the issue here is that I think this is a very humble request of NCSL, that if you are conversant with an Indian language, please choose that, you know, because suppose a school principal is a Marathi speaking school principal. So it would be very good if you can do this program in Marathi. I'm sure you are also very conversant with English and Hindi.
And Marathi medium schools, so many Marathi medium schools are there. So they can be benefited through this. You know?
Right. So it is important that if you are conversant with an Indian language, please do this program in that Indian language. So if you are conversant with Malayalam, please do it in Malayalam rather than doing it in English, because then we would be also you know, enforcing this whole idea of the Indian languages. Absolutely. You know, and the fact that, you know, there are takers, because we have the entire School Leadership Academy teams in different states and UTs have worked very hard to translate and contextualize this program in their respective Indian languages. So it is a real treat that we have this in all the Indian languages.
And it will certainly help them, you know. I mean, mother tongue plays such an important role.
Right.
And if the school head is able to develop the leadership capabilities in the mother tongue of the children, you know, so that will be very helpful.
That is actually a good point, ma'am. But English being a global language these days, I think principals, they might think that their children also learn a language which would be beneficial for them if they go out and work outside their region or their state. So if in case somebody registers for English, chooses the language English, what if they change their mind after some time and they would like to make changes in this registration form? Will that be possible?
No, after registration that won't be possible. We can look into it if that is possible.
Okay.
As of now it is not possible.
As of now, because it takes your email ID, your specific phone number and everything, so that is not possible actually.
Yeah.
And mostly the primary schools in India, they are, NEP also stresses a lot on the mother tongue, you know. The translation and contextualization of the courses will really help, you know, the school heads.
Yes. So But of course, this is not mandatory. So, I mean, in case you are a Telugu speaking school leader and you wish to do this program in English, you can go ahead and do this. But it would be really great because what we are doing also as part of translation and contextualization is the fact that suppose if the program is available to you in Telugu. So now whatever materials are available on school leadership development in Telugu will be available to you also on the web page of Telugu. So I think that would be really great, because it will also have case studies, because as part of the contextualization of that program in that particular language, for instance in Mizo, you might also access many case studies of schools in Mizo. Specific to your state. So that is of course there. And we also have, for instance, we have a lot of Tamil speaking school leaders in Andaman and Nicobar, so it's not that they are confined to a region
or geographical boundary.
Or geographical boundary.
Anybody who is sitting in Delhi and wants to do a course in Telugu also is open to do that.
Right. Yes. Yes. So once we complete all these entries in the registration form, then we
submit this form. So this form has been submitted. An email has been sent to this email ID, and it contains instructions to complete your registration. And if you find any difficulty, please contact the site administrator. So now if I check my email, I have received an email from Program on School Leadership and Management, account confirmation, and a new account has been created, and this is the link to activate this account.
So you click on the link that has been sent to you on the mail.
So now I have been able to register for this course and I can continue. So here comes the list of the courses that we talked about, all the 8 courses, and I can start with the course 1. So when I go on this page, I find this is an introduction to the course. What are the learning outcomes which at the end of the course the participant or the registered participant would be able to achieve. These are the units of the course. Duration is 6 hours, like 2 weeks, and this is the study material.
So on any introductory page of the course, you have the introduction, the study material, and the MCQ. So now once you open the study material of course 1, let us say, that is the course on perspective on school leadership, on the left side you can see the entire chapterization where you have the units and the subunits. So on any one single page we have a limited content, because it is easy to read and comprehend.
Then you can move from this link, you can go to the next page.
From the right side corner above, or the left
unit,
side.
I think one subunit is there on each page.
Right, right.
So there are some key messages, there are some resources which you will find on these pages only. There are PPTs, there are videos.
Right. So this we have tried to develop this as an interactive course. So you can have, you will see a lot of graphics here, you will see video documentations, you can see key messages here. Now the languages that have been translated and contextualized, you can see some additional material as well. So these are the subunits that you would...
reading material and other things are also available.
Right. So you have PPTs and you have presentations and PDFs. So a lot of additional material to substantiate what is the content on that page, so that you understand that course in its entirety. So that is important. So once we, so now any school principal has to go through all the units and subunits.
See, now I started course 1, so I received an email from the course instructor. This is an auto email which I received just now. So it is interactive, it is not like that you just have registered and you are left like that.
Right. So when we go back to the introduction of that course, we see another icon there. So you have the introductory paragraph of learning outcomes, you have the study material, and then you have the MCQ. So if we click on the MCQ, it will not open. Why? Because you need to go through the entire study material. So please do not skip it. You need to go through all the pages, understand, read the content, understand, and not just understand, also make simultaneous notes on how you can implement these learnings in the school. And please do that as an ongoing dynamic process every single day that you visit the school. So once you have completed the entire study material, only then the MCQ is going to open up. And each set of MCQ has 5 questions.
Okay.
You need to do that MCQ. Suppose you're not able to get all the correct answers, then you get 5 attempts to do the MCQ. And once you are through with it, then you can open the second course. So basically, again, you can't open the second course unless you have completed the
Course 1.
Course 1, which includes the reading of the study material as well as completing the entire MCQ.
Okay.
And qualifying the MCQ. Yes. So now a lot of people have these doubts, whether we will be able to qualify the MCQ or not, but if you've done this course properly and if you understand it in its entirety, then of course you will be able to qualify the MCQ.
And this goes for all the courses?
This goes for all the courses. So any subsequent course will open up only once you have completed the study material and the MCQ of the previous course.
Okay.
So you need to do this entire process for all the 8 courses.
Okay.
And study material for each of the course and the MCQs for all the 8 courses. So for instance, if you have done the MCQ for all the 8 courses and the entire process is completed, only then you can think of the certificate.
Yes.
Okay. And how many questions do they need to clear for being eligible for the next course?
So every course has has 5 questions.
In the MCQ?
In the MCQ. That's an assessment.
Okay.
So once you have completed all the 8 courses and all the 8 sets of MCQs, then you can download the certificate. And where is the certificate? On the menu bar.
Yeah. After that, there will be a feedback form from through which we get the feedback from the registered participants. I can show some feedback forms as feedbacks as well.
Okay.
After that comes the certificate. Since this is I have not completed the course, so I am not able to access the certificate.
So now what will happen is that suppose for instance you have registered as a school leader and in the 10 weeks of duration, that means when you have devoted 30 hours for doing this entire program, which has 8 courses, each of the 8 courses has study material as well as MCQ. Once you've completed the entire study material and all the MCQs, then you can download the certificate from here, and this certificate will say that you so and so has completed this entire program.
Okay.
And it will be authenticated by the NCSL.
It has a unique code and which can be verified as well.
Okay.
Right. So you can always download the certificate once the entire process is completed, and you can download the certificate and keep it for your own reference. That would be excellent, and many school leaders and principals have actually downloaded and got it printed, and they have
in their rooms,
in their shared, in their displayed in their rooms and cabins. So that's really good. But the idea is, see, the 8th course, the last course. So what is the purpose of that course? It is like whatever you have learned during the entire program, how are you going to implement that in your school? So that comes as part of the school development plan. So once you have learned from the 7 courses, you need to devise and conceptualize a vision for your school, at least for 1 year. How are you going to implement these learnings? And how are your students going to get benefited, and how are the stakeholders associated with your school going to get benefited out of this entire program that you have learned and gone through?
Okay. Ma'am, now that we have understood how one can operate this course, would you like to tell us how is this beneficial for our school leaders?
Yes. So it is an important program for your professional development, on which we are going to have a separate session on what exactly professional development means. But before that, I think Dr. Sharma, would you like to share about the feedback?
Yes, we can show some feedbacks from our registered participants. I think admin ID.
Right. So till the time it's opening, this is important for understanding what leadership is,
Right.
In the school context, and how one can become more effective as a school leader to initiate change and in the process transform the school.
These are few feedbacks that we have taken screenshots from the portal, and see, this person must have done it in Hindi language, and he has written his feedback as well in Hindi. And till date, we have 1,06,428 registrations, and total completion is 17,458. So we have these many certified school leaders who have done this course, and very soon we would be launching our intermediate level program as well. This is the basic version.
Okay.
So all those who have completed the basic version will be able to do the intermediate version.
Okay.
So that is why we are kind of stressing a lot on completion of this
basic course.
Basic
Yes,
program.
yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
one has to
So-
go through the basic program to be a part of the intermediate
Right.
course.
So this
Yes.
entire online program has been conceptualized in 3 stages.
Okay.
The first is the basic, the second is intermediate, and the third is advanced.
Okay.
So once the school principal has undergone this basic program, this is basic level, then and of course got certified, then only he or she can access the intermediate level, which is going to get launched this year. And perhaps in the next 2 to 3 years, we'll be launching the advanced program as well. So it is staggered across 3 levels, but the access to the second level is possible only once you are certified for the previous level. So all those school leaders who have registered and not yet completed, it is a request that please complete this program, which is definitely very beneficial for you. And from this platform, we wish to request all the school leaders
who have registered and not completed their course yet, the program yet. We wish that they complete it soon and become certified school leaders and lead their schools in an effective way and improve the quality of education in their schools.
Right. And those who have not yet registered, please register for this program. Now, since the launch of the National Education Policy 2020, it very clearly says that every school leader must avail of continuous professional development opportunities that will account for more than 50 hours every year. So this is a 30-hour course. This is definitely going to be part of that bouquet of 50 hours of CPD. So please avail of this opportunity so that you can also complete the mandate of continuous professional development as outlined in the NEP 2020.
That's actually a great initiative by NCSL, and I'm sure all the principals and school heads who are watching this particular program, they are going to be a part of this online program and they'll register very, very soon. So thank you so much, Charu ma'am. Thank you so much, Sharma ma'am, for being a part of this particular program, this platform, and for letting our viewers, especially the principals and school heads, know the details of this online program on school leadership and management by NCSL. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Tanvi.
So thank you to all the viewers for watching this program. If in case you have not seen it, then you can obviously watch it later on, anytime, anywhere on our YouTube channel, that is NCERT Official. And this program has been specifically made by NCSL for all the principals and school heads. Please register yourself and be a part of this online program. This is the basic course, and like ma'am said, intermediate version will come very, very soon. So thank you so much, and we're wrapping up our programs for today right here, but tomorrow we'll come back again with more programs on more subjects and on more topics. Till then, take great care of yourself. I'm Tanvi Khurana signing off. Namaskar.